Coming from our seated position, we're going to slowly move into standing to begin our practice today. So if you've been sitting for a while, just remember to take your time as we're coming into our standing position. Going into Tadasana, our mountain pose, grounding through the feet, noticing the ball of the foot, the outsides of the feet, and the heel. We're all grounding into the earth. The toes are spread and engaged, but not hyperextended. Palms rotated forward. Take a deep breath in and out. Just noticing where we are in this moment, focusing our intention onto whatever it might be today. And to practice our grounding, we're just going to shift the weight towards the sides, the front, the other side, and the heel. Slowly moving around, just noticing the different parts of the feet. Really tuning in to each sensation as it shifts from the inside and the outside, and the outside and the inside of the other foot. Good, and coming back to the center, and let's rotate around in the other direction. If it feels better for you to start with hands at heart center, feel free. And just noticing, just tuning in. It's not really about the movement so much as it is the being present. And returning to the center, releasing hands to the side, lifting the arms up, hands together, and then slowly leaning over to one side. More than just collapsing, we're thinking about elongating this entire side of the body. So really reach through, press through the left foot, the right foot, elongating the arms. If this is too much on the back, keep the hands at the hips, and you can do the same thing. Or you can keep one hand to the side, just for a little support, and reach the other end over the top. Lateral spinal flexion. Good, inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale, coming back to the center. If both hands are up, you can reach over now to the other side. Once again, elongating the side body, pressing through each leg, reaching out as long as we can. Head follows with the spine, or supported from the side, whichever you feel best with today. Lateral flexion of the spine. I think if we can lift that shoulder up as we reach out as well. Inhale. And exhale. Once again. And as we exhale, we can return back to center, releasing the arm to ground. Inhale up. Exhale the hands down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Placing the hands behind the head, letting the elbows come back, the chest open, and just supporting the head as the upper body just gently reaches back. More supporting the low back, just a light arch of the upper back. Looking up, gazing off into infinity, or the corner where the wall meets the ceiling is about where you're headed, not all the way back. Good, inhale, and exhale, coming forward, release the hands down. Good. I'm gonna place the hands on the low back here, and turn to the side so you can see. Just in the low back, we're gonna do the same kind of movement without pushing the hips far forward. We're gonna keep them about where they are and just open the shoulders back and down, allowing the collarbones to widen, and think elongation through the top of your head. This is a standing camel pose. Inhale, And exhale. Inhale, feel the elongation through your abdomen and noticing the length of your spine. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back to the center. Turning towards the front of our mat. Inhale up. Exhale. Forward fold. Letting the head and neck release down towards the earth. Just letting the weight of our upper body aid in the stretch of our hamstrings and low back. Perhaps turning the head side to side or grabbing the inside corners of the elbows, and allowing one knee to bend and then the other as we sway side to side. Just letting it all hang out. Breathe. Good. Release the hands down. Let the hips bend and the glutes drop towards the ground. Press through the feet as we stand up, inhaling and then exhaling, hands down. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale to mountain. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Placing the hands on either side of the feet, stepping the right foot back, and then the left foot back. Sit on back, reaching those arms out into extended child's pose, or child's pose in any variation. We can widen the knees to the sides of our mat, opening the hips slightly, or we can just allow the head to touch the mat, letting our arms drape off to the side. Just choosing what works for us. Good. Inhale forward, coming onto our glutes, sitting up nice and tall with an elevated, elongated spine. We're going to reach both legs out, heels down, toes up, into staff pose. Flexing those ankles. Spine is elongated, shoulders are down, back. Not squeezed back too hard. We don't want to strain. Just nice and strong spine. Breathing evenly. And releasing our hands as we inhale up and exhale, forward fold over our legs. Releasing the head and neck. Now, it doesn't matter how far down you go, just as long as you're hinging at the hip and bringing your chest closer to your thighs. That's what we're trying to do. Now, if you do have a strap, this would be the time to use it. You can just flip it over your feet and pull yourself gently down as you exhale towards those feet, but you don't need to be touching the toes. In fact, you don't want to be straining and flailing around. You just want it to be as gentle as possible. But if you can touch those toes, that's fine too. Just go to the point that works for you today as in every day. Good. Now on our next inhale, we're going to come up, back to that staff pose, and bending the left and right knee, scooching forward, and then slowly rolling down onto our backs. Once again, adjusting if we need to. Bringing the knees to the chest. Slowly rocking side to side, giving our low back a little massage as a counter pose. You can grab behind the thighs or in front of the options, or we can use a strap, or we can even place our hands on either side of the body and let the hips just go on their own. Totally up to you. Good, knees back into the chest as we exhale, releasing knees, letting the feet come to the ground. And we inhale the hips up into bridge pose. Grounding through the feet, noticing the contact with the earth as our hips lift, feeling that in our glutes and our hamstrings, and just noticing that we need to take care of the low back and not hyperextend or stick out more from the hips. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Inhale, knees to chest, this time with our head up as well, if that feels good. Exhale, feet down. Inhale, the hips up once again into bridge. Maybe this time a little bit higher, maybe not. Good, exhale the hips down. Inhale, knees into chest. Exhale, those feet back down to the ground. Inhale the hips up. Exhale the hips down. Inhale, knees to chest. And exhale down. Good, inhale up. And exhale. Continuing on at your own breath pace. Maybe perhaps this time placing our hands underneath the hips, elevating the hips just a little bit higher, if that's accessible today. Still keeping that space underneath our chin. But if that's not quite accessible, just press the backs of the arms into the ground, and that helps us to give us a little leverage to lift those hips off the ground. Good. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, knees to chest. Maybe looking side to side, turning our head from one way to the other. Good. Coming back to the center. Breathing those feet down. Inhale those hips up. And perhaps this time for a little more heat, lifting the right leg up into the air, pressing down through that left foot, and just allowing the left side of the body to work a little bit more. And notice how it feels a little different, but the inner thigh has to work more. Good, lowering that leg down, inhaling the other leg up. Once again, working a little more stability here, a little more heat, but you could always just stay in a standard bridge. Just keep breathing. And exhale, their left leg down. Good, inhale. And exhale. Lower the hips down. Knees to the chest. This time rolling front to back. Little back massage. And rolling on up, or just coming over and then up into boat. Noticing that our shins about parallel to the ground. Spine is nice and long. Head is lifted. Space between the feet. Not keeping the legs together. Open them up a little bit. Helps to work again the inside of the thighs. Arm position can be helping. And rest if you need to. Or over the top for a little more work. Or you can even move by twisting. You can bring the arms down and twist. And you can also get the legs working involved too. Just a little twist side to side. Good. Choosing which one works for you today. Inhale and exhale. And we can always lower one leg to the ground and then lift it up. The other leg to the ground and lift it up. Remember, if the chest starts to cave in, then we may need to go to a different level. So we want to keep that spine nice and long so we can improve our abs and not injure ourselves. Good, allowing the feet to come down. And go ahead and roll on back as we move into our
Simple crunch, bringing the hands up to either side of the head. As we inhale, the shoulders up off the ground. Exhale as we lower down. So just matching our movement with our breath. This is always an alternative we can do instead of those boat crunches. In case, for some people, that does not feel good on the tailbone or just maybe hard on the back. So just a standard crunch is just fine. And we can continue here, inhaling up and exhaling down, taking our time as we strengthen our core. Or if we're ready, we can move on to the lower body, bringing the knees up and down. Take a rest whenever you need to, and then just resume when you can. So we can make that harder by extending the legs, by lifting the hips. We can kind of bicycle, one leg in, one leg out. I like to do this just so I can, mix it up so I don't get bored and just try different movements. Or if you need to keep it real small, go for that. Just listen to the body. And then if you're ready, we can move into the double crunch, which is pulling the bottom and the top halves of the body together as one unit. Now, those of you that are looking for more of a burn, fully elongate legs and arms. And try and reach towards those toes. You can lift up the upper body a little more with that. Or if it's just not working for you, keep it small and take your time. Try to keep that space underneath the chin open, so we're not just doing front of the neck crunches. We want to be working in the abdomen. And then when you need to, go ahead and lower on down. Inhale the hips up into bridge, keeping that space between the chin and the chest. Nice and stable and strong. As a counter pose for the crunches we just did. Breathe in and out as we lower the hips down. Knees to chest. Once again, we're gonna rock and come up and then just roll on over. Hands and knees into table. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Crease of the wrists should be pointed towards the top of our mat. Noticing how strong and stable we are. Hands are active to protect that wrist. Elbows aren't locked out, so we protect those. And then we can move into cat and cow. Remember cat, the big arch of the back, angry, Halloween cat. Reverse it, the cow, inhaling and exhaling. And if you're like me, and you're a little hypermobile, it's really important to protect your joints. It's easy to forget. I have to remind myself all the time to not let those elbows lock out. Moving with the breath. Good, coming back to neutral, that beautiful table you've built. Reaching the right arm and left leg out into spinal balance. Good. From here, take a little check on your back and make sure that we're stabilizing the spine here and not just putting all the weight on the low back and just kind of holding it right there. Pull that low back out, a little bit more flush with the glutes, and lifting the core kind of up and in to brace this whole area. So smaller movements that actually help to prevent injury and help strengthen us. Good. We're ready to move on to spinal crunch. Inhaling up and exhaling.
Good. Coming down, reaching up on the other side. Spinal balance. Once again, checking our elbow, checking the core, that low back, hyperextended. Beautiful long lines. And you can flex the ankle or point the toe, whichever one you prefer. It feels best. And then, when ready, moving into your crunch. Good, when you've had enough, good. Bring your arm down. Go ahead and sit on back. Extended child's pose or child's pose. Rotating the wrists.
Now, from here, if you can, we're going to grab the hands from behind. But if you can't reach, do not worry. This would be a good time for that strap or belt or towel. And we're just going to lift the arms up as far as they go today. And maybe that's right on your low back. Maybe that's way up there. It doesn't matter. Once again, as long as you're opening the chest and stretching the front of the shoulders, you're doing what you need to do. So don't force it, just breathe and lift to the point where you feel you are stretching. Once there, inhale to the tightness. Exhale, notice the muscles relaxing and elongating, deepening into the stretch. Inhale and exhale, deepening into your stretch. Inhale and exhale, releasing the arms down into child's pose, extended child's pose, with the outside of the hand this time pressing in towards the mat in kind of a thumbs up position as those thumbs rotate up and out away from the midline and gently pressing into the mat with the sides of our hands. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale.
We're going to come forward, once again taking the hands underneath the shoulders on the table. Working on a little bit of hip strength, glute strength here. We're going to inhale the knee out and up to the side. So we're trying to get the knee about close to the hip area and keeping the knee bent at 90 degrees. So once again, inhaling up, exhaling down. They call this one the fire hydrant. Okay, the rest of our body is super strong and stable in our table. And what we're doing is rotating, opening that hip, inhaling up, and exhaling down. Good, once more. And let's move on to the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Keeping that nice bend in the knee.
Breathing with our movements, keeping that core nice and strong as we inhale up and exhale down. Good. All right, sitting on back towards our heels in hero's pose. Now this may not be for everybody and their knees, so feel free to sit any way you like. Not something we do very often. Go ahead and rotate your wrists. Once again, giving us a little break. Keep breathing and recentering. Good. Reach your arms forward back into table. And we continue some hip movement by bringing our knee up in the same way we did before, but we're going to draw big circles as we inhale up and exhale the knee down. So taking our time, once we reach the bottom, inhale up, maybe hold, and then exhale down, inhaling up and exhaling down with our full range. So it might be a bit of a challenge there to really squeeze that hip as it starts to get tired. Just breathing through the movements. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Very good. Then we're going to reverse directions. So just drawing that circle the opposite way, whether you went front to back before, now go back to front. It doesn't matter because we're doing both. So taking your time, breathing through that whole motion. Just maybe try to focus on the breath or maybe your intention for the day, especially when things start to become a little more difficult. Good. Shifting our weight over to the other side and again, inhaling up and exhaling down. Or maybe you're drawing the entire circle with an entire breath, totally up to you. What works for you today? Always take a break if you need to. But resume when you are ready. Still protecting those elbows, still keeping that core nice and tight. And then reversing the circles. Keep them nice and big. Challenge those glute muscles to really work. Breathe through it. Good. Coming back to center, sitting on back. Once again, extended child's pose. Reaching the left arm out, then sliding the right arm underneath. Rotating the wrist so we get an upper back stretch. Ensuring that our weight's not on our neck, but really resting on the upper arm. Good. Reaching the right arm out and then sliding the left arm underneath. Same thing. Rotating the wrist. Inhale and exhale. Good. Reach that left arm out, back into child's pose. Take a breath. And inhale forward into plank. Nice and strong. We slowly lower down all the way to the mat, keeping those elbows tucked in. Lift up gently into a low cobra. Then release the hands to the sides and rest. Good. Lift up into locust pose, lifting the hands and arms off the ground, the chest and the legs. As we inhale up, we exhale down. Feel free to change your arm position. Get that goalpost or cactus arms. And moving with the breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Always just hold it. If you want more of that isometric exercise, just squeeze. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lower on down, allowing your body to rest for a moment and breathe.
Good. When you're ready, placing the hands down by the center of the chest, pushing up and back. Extended child's pose. Inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting to cobra. Then press down to the earth Your body's one solid unit as you're moving up and then back. Just a few practices here. Try to keep the whole body together. That's why it's called plank. It's like a board, right? The challenge is when we're building our strength, as we lower down, we tend to lower in pieces, right? So we lower the top half or the bottom half first. I'm going to try and keep a nice, strong line. Same thing when you're pushing back up, we're trying to keep everything together till we move back. And that takes some time. Be patient with yourself. Listen to your body. And just do the best you can today. Good, once more, heading back in extended child's pose. Hold there for a moment.
Good, inhaling. Coming forward, pressing up, bringing our right foot to replace the right hand. Press down through the earth, lifting the arms overhead into lunge.
Good, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. A little bit of a twist. Gazing off beyond the thumb and forefinger. Trying to create that nice long line from the earth, elongating through the top of the head. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down, left hand up, rotating the rib cage. Once again, creating a nice long line. Allowing the chest to open up. Just straight up and down the best we can. Good, inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Press the right foot up and back, extended child's pose. Good, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, push up and back, extended child's pose. When you inhale forward, replacing the left hand, left foot. Press down, arms come up from the sides. Lifting the chest, elongating the spine, lifting that whole torso up into the sky. And breathe. Shoulder blades down against the back, but long arms. Good, inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Good, inhale. Exhale, release the left hand down, right arm up. Feel that nice stretch in through the hip, through the side body. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, right hand down, press the left foot back to meet the right, sitting on back, extended child's pose, and breathe. You can always rotate the wrists to the knee a little break. And of course, your option is stay from the kneeling position, or if you're ready to move up to toes. As we inhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and paddle the feet. Making a nice long torso up towards the hips, opening the back of the legs, pressing the earth away. All right, good. From downward facing dog, inhale forward to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lowering down, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up and through. Now you can have the legs down, or you can press into the earth, making sure there's a space underneath, and that's upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. You're gonna inhale, right foot forward, placing the right hand, press down through the ground into your lunge. If it's too much today, you can always make your lunge a little bit higher, or you can just place that knee down and turn it into a kneeling lunge. Totally up to you. grounding through those feet. Knee is traveling the same direction as the toes, that front foot. Good. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Breathing through it. Thinking about our intention. Inhale. Exhale, twisting, right hand down, left hand up. This is also where the block helps too, right? So if the block's underneath your hand, you don't have to come down quite so far. Good, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, picking that right foot up and back to meet the left, press back, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna inhale forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lifting up and through to cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, push up and back. Downward dog. Inhale the left foot forward, facing the left hand. Press up, arms to the side, foot overhead. Into your lunge. Beautiful. Collarbones are wide. Arms are long. If you have access to it, you can deepen that lunge. If you need a little bit lighter today, straighten that leg a little. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand down, left hand up. Beautiful long lines. Whether you're kneeling or not, it's the same basic principles. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Rotating out. Let that rib cage swivel over those hips. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand down, press the left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, pushing back. Good, whether you're kneeling or not, we're gonna come forward, placing our right foot kind of between the hands and our left foot between the hands. Press down through those heels, press all the way up. Extended mountain to mountain. Good, once again, grounding through those feet. Drawing the thigh bones back, lifting the front of the pelvis, lowering the back of the pelvis, engaging that core. In Tadasana or mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, releasing the arms back behind as we hinge at the hip, scooping the arms overhead, sitting into chair. Now you can always just put the hands at heart center. If you want a little more work, lift the arms up, but if you're not feeling that today, hands at heart center is fine. Good, grounding through those feet. Noticing the weight is more behind us or straight over the feet as opposed to forward, right? Protecting those knees. Good, we're gonna add a little bit of a twist. And what we can do is just place the right hand over the left knee. Just kind of gently press without moving the knees. Or if you've got a little more flexibility there and you want to try, keep the hands at heart center, place the elbow on the outside of the knee, and use that as a little bit of leverage to twist. It's a little bit harder for most of us. So just holding on is fine. Inhale. Exhale, back to the center. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling it. And go to the other side. Twisting. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, come back to heart center. Maybe try a balancing chair, go up on the toes. Woo. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift up. Circle those arms around, shake it out. Yeah. Leg day. All right, moving into our tree. When you're ready, choosing your tree position. Remember, it's not just a matter of just lifting a foot up and putting it wherever. Focus on your form, what muscles you're engaging. You're going to draw that quadricep back. So you're going to kind of squeeze the leg a little bit, tuck that pelvis down, push from your standing leg into the bottom of your balance leg, or your balance foot. Press from the bottom of that foot into your calf or thigh. Widen those collarbones. Ensure that the head is stacked over the shoulders. And as you're ready, moving into your standing pigeon. So the ankle is about where the left knee is. The right knee is kind of rotated away. And now we're going to try our next one, which is eagle. So from here, we're actually just going to drop this leg across. All right, so you have a few variations with your eagle. Most people, if you're just crossed here, you're fine. Some people can wrap the back foot all the way around on the side of the leg. That's a lot. So the top part is actually going to cross your right arm over, left arm underneath. And you just place the backs of the hands together, or you can try and marry the hands to each other. It's obviously much harder to do. You can see how hunched over I am just to reach that. So if you can place the backs of the hands together, or just hug yourself. Okay? So on that pigeon, I'm gonna drop the leg down, like we're crossing the legs, sit down into it, cross the arms over, or just hug to eagle. Still trying to elongate that spine, not all crunched over. If you have to do this to reach the hands, then just do a hug instead. You know, your hug can be all the way out here. Good, and then come on up. Whew. Okay, let's try that tree on the other side. Tucking in that sassy hip. You can come up and shake it out. That needs to be tightened, loosening things that need to loosen. Simply put, you're gonna cross over, swing in the wind, sit down, as trees do. Right, so you're gonna wrap your left hand underneath. You can always change that arm position, trying more challenging things for you. We're just keeping it heart center. And then when ready, crossing the left foot over the right knee and sitting down into pigeon, standing pigeon, flexing that ankle. Then you can hold that pigeon, or whenever you're ready, drop the leg down, cross the arms. Eagle. And as you're ready, and come on out. Good, shake it on out. I think the hardest part is the transitions, so that's something to practice. Good, go and inhale up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Grabbing the insides of the elbows, gently swaying side to side, letting the head hang down. Perhaps releasing the hands if that feels better for you. Good. Inhale up halfway to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms all the way up to extended mountain. Exhale. Good. Coming to the top of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale,
forward fold. Inhale up halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, exhale to mountain. Inhale the arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, flat back, exhale, forward fold, placing the hands on the mat, bending the knees, and taking a step back with the right foot and knee, the left foot and knee. Then sit on back to extended child's pose. Inhale forward to kneeling plank.
Right, working on that long, strong board, elongating the head from the neck. Good, inhale, exhale, slowly lower down. And then we're gonna roll over onto our side. Placing the forearm on the mat, about parallel to the top of the mat. The elbow is gonna be underneath the shoulder. We're gonna move into side plank, so our other shoulder is actually gonna be stacked over it. So you wanna think your body's the plank, and then your arm to your other arm, your shoulder, is also a plank. So let's start with the knees bent first. This is always an option to you. The knees are gonna be in the same line-ish as the elbow. And the hips are gonna come forward as well to complete that. So as we get into this nice line, we're gonna make sure we stabilize, pressing this hand and forearm into the mat and just lift the hips. You may need to rotate the shoulder so it's placed over the lower shoulder. Okay? And just creating that nice long line from the knee all the way up to the top of the head. So if you drew a straight line between the knees to the top of the head, that's where you can press the other arm up, you can keep it on the hip, whatever works best for you right now. Side plank. This is a modified or kneeling side plank. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more nice even breath in and out as we slowly lower down. You can just roll over onto the other side or flip on over. Same thing. Make sure we're in good position here, lining up the knees, hip, and shoulder, and just take a look. Is my arm out here? I'm gonna have to create a lot of strength underneath the armpit just to lift myself up. Am I too tucked in and my shoulder is going beyond that arm? Just make your adjustments. And then when you're ready, lift up. Trying to ensure that open chest and that the head doesn't drop down, or we're not kind of stuck in the shoulder. We don't want the ear and shoulder to be touching. We've got to press away from the earth, from the knee, from the hip, and from the elbow. Kneeling side plank. If you want a little more challenge, you can always lift the leg, rotating out. You can lift it all the way out. You can move it up and down. Totally up to you. So just know this is always accessible to you when we move on to our full plank, full side plank, when we're balancing on the feet. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Good. Roll on over to the other side. Once again, you can just flip over and rotate like I am. We're going to place the feet, we can stack them ankle to ankle, big toe to big toe, or you can put one in front of the other, like you're walking on a balance beam, for support. And we're going to do the same thing. If you're not ready for this, stay with the kneeling, but if you're ready, we're going to press up into a side plank. Now you can play with it, see, would I rather balance here? Would I rather step one foot in front of the other? Do I want it more behind? Behind makes more sense if that opens my chest a little bit more. So just different options. Beautiful. Arm can go hip or straight up. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Good. Let's try it on the other side. Same thing. Make sure you're set up here first before you try to go anywhere. Choose your foot position, and when you're ready, lift up. As we get tired, you start to lose that form, kind of dip or roll. So always take a check. And if you need to go to kneeling, it's better that you do correct technique with kneeling than wrong technique from the feet. Beautiful. In and out. Once more. In and out. Good. Go ahead and lower down. Rolling over onto our backs. Holding our hands right in front of the knees. Sitting up nice and straight first. Good. Allow that big cave to happen now in front of the chest. Okay, so we're pulling the center of the spine back. Allow the chin to come down. And then push up and through. So it's like now you're widening. Close it. Open it. So this is kind of like a seated cat and cow. So if you do have a wrist issue or an injury, this would be one of those times, you could do it this way. Good. Coming back to a normal neutral position, holding on to either the back of the thighs or the shins. Slowly go ahead and roll on down your mat.
And go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your knees to the chest and start gently rocking side to side.
Now, as you practice on your own, you can lengthen the amount of time you spend in those planks or lunges or more of the strength moves, or you can shorten them up. Depends on what your goals are. Good, coming back to the center, hands on top of the knees, starting really small with our circles. As we start to quiet the body, slow down the heart rate as we slowly widen those circles. Imagine your body just relaxing with each successive circle. Starting to relax the muscles in your face and neck. You can close your eyes. Just begin to chill out. Go ahead and allow the knees to come back to center. And then reversing, starting with very small circles, just slowly shifting those knees from one side and away to the other side and towards us, widening that circle. Keeping it slow, but slowly growing with each revolution. Coming back to center, allowing the knees to separate. And once again, drawing circles in opposite directions, starting very tiny, widening. Good, coming back to the center, releasing the feet down. We're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together, letting the knees come out to the sides. In a reclining bound angle or butterfly stretch. The hands can come to the sides. Just allow them to relax. Let them be open. Let your arms be away from the body. Let gravity aid in the stretch. And breathe. Always breathe in to the count of 3 or 4. Hold at the top. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And so on. Whichever number works best for you. Just gives us something to follow as we calm and cool down. One more breath cycle in and out. Good. As our next inhalation, we're just going to bring those knees together. Allow the feet to go out wide towards the sides or even maybe on the outsides of our mat. And just let the hips stretch by bringing the knees in. Same idea. You may need to adjust your foot position so your feet are closer together or farther apart, depending on how that feels in your hips and in your knees. So feel free to adjust. Good. One more breath cycle in and out. Allow the knees to come apart, feet to come back onto the mat, still with a space in between. We're going to allow both knees to fall over to one side, keeping our back and our shoulders still on our mat. And look over the opposite shoulder. Good, then we're going to inhale those knees up to center and exhale them down to the other side. Look over the left shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. Good, inhaling up. Exhaling down to the other side. And inhale up. Exhale down. Good, inhale up to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Inhale, squeezing them in. And exhale, release the legs all the way out. Adjusting yourself on your mat to remove any pressure points you might have. Rocking the legs in and out to release the hips entirely. Let the feet just splay out. Arms are up, then out and away from the body. We gently rock the head side to side, releasing any tension in the neck. We breathe natural and relaxed in Shavasana or corpse pose. Allowing our bodies to remain relaxed and at ease, and our minds to be relaxed and at ease. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment, then slowly exhale. Allow any tension to melt away as you gradually relax more and more with each breath. Take another long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it.
and then exhale. Empty your lungs completely with your out breath. Take a third deep breath in. Take your time. Hold it, and then let it go. You can already feel yourself drifting into a state of deep relaxation. Continue to breathe slowly and gently as you bring your awareness to the top of your head. Just sense or imagine a feeling of relaxation beginning to spread down from the top of your scalp. Feel the muscles in your forehead and temples relax. Allow your eye muscles to release. Let your cheeks and jaw soften and let go of all tension. Now let this peaceful feeling flow down to your neck. Feel it loosening every muscle and every fiber. With each breath you take, this relaxing feeling becomes deeper and warmer. It works its way deep into your muscles and your shoulders, soothing them, releasing them. This peaceful feeling flows down your shoulders into your arms. It loosens the muscles in your upper arms, then your forearms, into your hands, relaxing and soothing all the way to the tips of your fingers. As your body relaxes, your mind relaxes, and your thoughts seem to become lighter. Allow yourself to slip further and further into a dreamlike state of stillness and relaxation. Now bring your awareness to your chest and your stomach. Feel how this area of your body gently rises and falls as you breathe. With each rise and fall, this peaceful sensation flows throughout your body like a gentle wave, soothing every muscle and relaxing every organ. Turn your attention now to your upper back and feel this same relaxing sensation and follow it all the way down your spine. As it gradually works its way down your body, relax, release, and unwind. Feel that your entire upper body has become loose, relaxed, and peaceful. Now feel your hips as the peaceful feeling starts to work its way through your lower body. Relax your glutes, the backs of your thighs, the front of your thighs. Feel all those strong, big muscle groups becoming looser and more relaxed with each moment, with each out-breath. Follow this soothing feeling of relaxation as it flows down through your knees and into your calves and your shins. Your ankles relax. Your feet relax. Allow the entire lower body to relax completely and allow any remaining tension from any part of your body to flow out through the tips of your toes. You are comfortable, peaceful, relaxed. Take this time to leave the external world behind. And just be at peace and relaxed. As we slowly begin to rejoin the external world, we keep the eyes closed. Just start by bringing our attention to the touch of our body on our mat. Bringing the thumb to forefinger, then the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. Wiggle the fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, slowly rocking the legs in and out. And slowly and gently bend our knees, roll over to one side, supporting our head with our arm, grabbing hold of this peaceful feeling we have created for ourselves, knowing we can come back to it at any time. Once you have hold of the feeling, slowly and gently press yourself up and open your eyes. Bring your arms to your sides.
Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale down. Once more. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste.